I don't care what you've been through. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you came from. I don't care what your past is like. I don't care what your stress is like. I don't care what stress you're under. I don't care what problems you have right now. I don't care what you don't have right now. All I care about is what your mindset is like in terms of today and your future. Are you going to make today count? Because that's all you can control. And that's all that matters. It doesn't matter where you start, guys. It doesn't matter what talents you're born with. It's about where you finish. And this race isn't over. It's not over. You could still come in first in the marathon. But you gotta start today. You gotta start now. You have everything you have. Everything you need is inside you. It doesn't matter what you don't have now because you can go get it. But it starts today. It starts with a commitment. It starts with a principle. It starts with a discipline. It starts with effort. It starts with energy. It starts with an idea that you're going to make today count. I'm going to make today count. And that means that before everyone is up, I'm going to have entered a peak state already. I'm here to help you. But you have to help yourself. No one's going to do it for you in terms of the action. But you gotta say something with me. I'm going to make this thing work. I'm going to live out my dreams. I'm going to live out my purpose. I'm going to be who I was destined to be. I'm going to fulfill all of the tasks necessary to live out that purpose. To become who I really want to be. Not be who I am shackled by in the past. Not live in a world of constraint, but live in a world of freedom. And that's yours to have. That's a choice that you can make. That's a decision that you could follow through on, that you could carry out. You gotta wanna make this thing work for you. You gotta make today count. What are you doing with your time? Are you wasting it? Are you going to make today count because it's precious? Or are you going to let it just slip away? You need to be in a peak state at all times. I think that everything that happens to us that we perceive as bad is actually there to help us because we placed it there as sort of a lesson. Our subconscious was drawn to whatever we're feeling, and we caused the self-sabotaging in a way. Everything that you feel in terms of self-pity is brought on, influenced by you because you want to feel. You want to feel. I truly believe that you did it on purpose because of your subconscious is drawing you to feel so much pain till one day that you snap. Till one day that you say, I am sick and tired of feeling this way. I am sick and tired of being scared of this. I'm sick and tired of feeling this way. And then you make the decision to change. I want you to actually go nuts right now. Why wait until that very last moment, until you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders like you can't take it anymore, and then you snap? Whereas you can snap right now. Literally, throw a tantrum. Absolutely go nuts about everything that's bothering you in your life and create enough emotion there to make the necessary change to live a different life. So most people get caught up in the same trap of trying to change everything around them. All the people who come into their life, they feel like they have to control and change, and for them to make them see their point of view and their philosophy, and they have to buy into their way. and all the events that are taking place are negative, and they're feeling an effect to the events. They feel like stressor reactors that when a circumstance goes wrong, that they go nuts, they freak out. Why is this happening to me? It's the easiest thing to blame, to point fingers. But if you keep doing this, you're going to constantly live in pain. You need to come to a conclusion that you need to change one person, yourself, the person who's perceiving those events, the person who's perceiving the circumstance, who's perceiving the people around them, what they're doing. See, guys, the reality is subjective to you. It's subjective. And you may think that it's objective, your way of thinking, but there's a person perceiving the events, you. See, my red, the way I see red, could be totally different than the way you see red. So what's reality? What's reality, guys? It's the way you see it. So it's a lot easier to change one person, yourself, to build strength, to build character, to build integrity, to build mental toughness, to build emotional grit. See, if you keep elevating the game for yourself, you're going to have more skills. The more skills you have, the better off you are in every situation. The better you are when an event happens that most people would view as negative, you view the positive in it. You're going to offer a lot more value to society. The more you work on yourself, the more valuable you'll become to people, to offer new services to them. See, you got to stop feeling at effect to things, guys, and you got to change your internal to feel happy in the moment and always see the positive no matter what. See, you're trying to change your husband, you're trying to change your wife, you're trying to change your kids, you're trying to change your coworkers, you're trying to change your friends for them to buy into your way of thinking. But you won't even let go of your own ideologies, your own ideas, but you're expecting other people to let go of theirs. You can never change people through force. You can only influence them by leading by example. And the only way you'll do that is if you change yourself first, because then they'll see it. You'll be emitting a different vibratorial frequency, a different energy about you, a different self-concept, a different self-worth that they will feel on the subconscious. They'll feel it in their gut that this person changed. Wow, that's possible. Change is possible. Maybe I could change. See, you're mad at your wife, maybe, that she's a little overweight. This is the same woman who you fell in love with. So she was either overweight when you got married, or she gained the weight after, in which you weren't too influential because she gained the weight. She gained the weight while she was with you. So how influential were you during that process? And so now you just woke up one day and said, I don't like it. You don't like it. Okay, why don't you like it? Because your love can't be that strong if you're focusing on the superficial. And so the things that happen in your life that you think are negative are actually exposing weaknesses in you that you need to heal. They're calling out to your weaknesses. Everything that's happening, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you if you see it. If you see it. So we can constantly point the finger, but every time we point one there, we're pointing three back. Right? You've heard it before. You got to change the person who looks in the mirror. You got to change yourself. And the only way you're going to change other people is not through force, but for people to look at you and say, that guy's got his stuff together. Wow. Things are just like flowing in abundance to him, to her. They must be doing something right. Maybe I have to adopt their philosophy, their rituals, their routine. That's when you're going to change people. That's when you're going to have an effect. That's when you're going to be influential. Not trying to control them, to make them let go of their ideologies when you're not willing to let go of your own. Change yourself first, then you change the world.